Hey guys, I'm Kina, the founder of Reframe, and today I'm here to share one of my favorite places in Orange County. We are at Bodhi in Orange.
What's up? I'm Tim. I'm the green coffee buyer and I lead some creative stuff here with Bodhi. We're gonna look around inside. Here we are. We're in the first Bodhi Leaf Cafe. This is where a lot of things happen. So over here, obviously just cafe. Back over here, we have the roastery. So this is where all of our coffee gets roasted.
I like all of the signs, and you know what? Whenever I drive by, it's cool that you can see in the window them actually roasting all the coffee.
Yeah, totally. And it smells not bad, but
it smells good. When we walked in, I was like, do you smell how good the coffee smells right now? How often do you guys roast coffee, by the way?
We roast here. How often do we roast? 16 hours a day.
16 hours a day. That's a lot of roasting.
Yeah.
My husband tried to roast coffee once, and our whole house smelled like coffee.
Yeah, this is our only roaster for all of our cafes, so we have to run it, and it also serves all of our wholesale.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it's really roasting a lot of coffee.
Yeah, and if you know anything about roasting coffee, this is too small for what we're doing.
So are you guys gonna open more roasters or get another machine?
You know, that's the goal, kind of. We have other roasters, though, at other locations. Some of them have the same roaster in there. So we could technically grow quite a bit without needing to buy a new one, but we should buy a new one.
One thing I remember about these chairs, I used to sit on these chairs and bring my laptop and get work done. I feel these are the same ones, right?
Yeah.
I totally remember it. It's
yeah, they're
ingrained.
steady. Steve,
That's
the
cool.
owners, these are one of his friends.
Makes them?
Yep.
That's cool. I like the vibe here. I feel like this was one of the first cool coffee places before cool coffee became a thing.
Yeah, and it's a good, in between of it still feels comfortable. It's not so cool that people don't like being here. That's
so nice. Okay, so at the cafe, what's your favorite thing to order?
So I drink exclusively matcha lattes with oat milk.
You're like the coffee guy who drinks matcha.
Only.
I love that. Do you get the matcha here? How do you take it?
I'll do either just as a iced tea, so just matcha powder and ice water, or latte with oat milk. Iced.
I also
always iced.
I also love matcha oat milk latte.
Oh, they're so good.
With vanilla, sweet though.
Yeah.
Because it's the perfect caffeine buzz for the day.
It's perfect. It makes me feel literally like a superhuman.
Yeah.
And we serve a company that I really love called Mizuba for matcha. They import from a 100-year-old farm in Japan. So they're dope. I like them.
Yeah, you probably know all the import. You're this is the best imported anything.
So here we are in the cupping lab. This is where I spend all of my time being the green buyer. And what that term means, if you don't know, is coffee starts out this green color. And this is how samples get shipped to us. So we'll receive a ton of samples throughout the year. And when they come in like this. I weigh them out in tiny little batches, and I roast them on this little roaster. It's called an Akawa.
That is so cute.
Yeah. And it's I can control it from my phone. I can just tell it what to do, and it does it.
Oh my God. Okay, question. How much is that machine?
It's like $5,000.
So how long does it's just the normal amount of time to roast?
It's a little quicker, honestly, than the big roaster up there.
Yeah.
I'll roast, coffee can roast and cool in this in 7 minutes, where that takes 12.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
Yeah.
I only say that because I've seen roasting now, and I'm it's a big production.
Yeah, totally. And this thing makes it so much easier.
Does coffee taste better if you literally roast it and then brew it right away?
No.
You
want it to rest for sure. At least a day.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was then people want really fancy coffee. They have this in their home, but this makes sense for high tempo testing.
Yeah, exactly. And then once coffee is roasted, it goes in these little tubs, and then we cup them on the table.
It's like a lab. I mean, it's a cupping lab. Makes sense, but it's an actual lab where you're testing things.
Yeah, and we test stuff that isn't just roasting. This here is a moisture meter. In that case, is a water activity meter, and those just essentially tell me A, if the coffee is in a dangerous position, with how much water is in it, and then B, how shelf stable it's going to be.
Is this the actual cold brew that you guys have?
No, I think there's beer in there. Here we are in the warehouse. This is where we receive all of our coffee, which is unique for importers. Usually people will store coffee at a couple of like centralized warehouses in the U.S., but we store all of our own coffee. So we actually had a container come in yesterday, which is those piles there.
It's so crazy because you would never know that this huge warehouse exists, like right behind like a cute coffee shop.
Yep, and with so much coffee.
Like
it's very weird for a coffee shop to have this much coffee here. So anytime we get in a container, it's like roughly 44,000 pounds, which depending on the country that it comes from, like in Ethiopia, that's about 320 bags. So the container that came yesterday was, I think, 325.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Also, I love looking at these. I really want one of those orange ones, like that one.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want to put it in a frame.
Yeah.
Because like Bodhi leaf, City of Orange.
Anytime we're coordinating a container to come in, if we have coffees that have fun names or interesting names or just something that we can like make art about, I'll have an artist make a little design that will then get screen printed on these bags at origin. So this coffee is called Amigos, and I asked the artist to do 2 friends that are farmers sitting in the back of their truck.
That's that cool.
Cute one. This one is a funny one. The company is called El Embrujo, Cafe El Embrujo, which is like a magical spell in Spanish. And each of their lots are named something around that. So this lot is called Shaman. We also brought in like Witch and Wizard, which is funny.
That's cool.
And then I actually really like the coffees that we work with in Mexico. I like that Mexico's close. I like the people that we work with. They do a lot of like charitable things in Chiapas there. And we get a coffee in organic from them called El Lobo.
That's so cool. It's crazy. You can hear like a little coffee at the bottom.
Over here is packaging for roasted coffee. So most of these buckets, obviously the stacked ones are empty, but most of these buckets are full of roasted coffee that'll get packaged and shipped out one of our cafes or a customer.
When you guys did the reframe coffee, is like this is where you guys package it and everything?
Yeah. Yep.
It's cool. And then why are these bags like open?
We actually sell coffee to home roasters as well. Like we'll sell green coffee. So all these are all the different SKUs that we have in the warehouse, just opened up, and then we'll break them down into like down to even 1 pound for people to buy. And yeah, so in here is just all different.
That's
green
really
coffees.
nice.
Yeah.
Is that like more of a passion project for you guys versus like the main business?
It is a little bit of both. It's fun to serve that community. Not many people do. And then we definitely do some things that are 100% just for like the love of it and to like service them in a way. We do these like, not quarterly, but almost quarterly home roaster competitions, which we definitely lose money on. It takes so much of our time. It's insane. But essentially what we'll do is we'll tell home roasters, we'll send out a big mass email and say, everyone buy this same coffee and then ship it back into us roasted by this time. And then we'll cup them all, evaluate them all, score them all. And then there'll be, usually the final day is like where it's open to the public and then everyone gets to come vote. We'll narrow it down to like 10.
Oh, so people like literally come here.
Yeah.
And like evaluate the coffee on top of you guys evaluating the coffee.
Yeah, so we'll narrow it down to 10.
Okay.
And then the last day will be 10 coffees and everyone gets to vote.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
I want to do that. I want to be an attendee. I don't want to be a home roaster. That's a lot of work. How many like submissions do you guys get?
It depends, but it's usually like plus or minus 100.
Jesus. So you guys try 100 coffees.
Yep, 100 roasts of the same coffee.
Do you guys, oh my God. Okay, when you guys are trying 100 roasts of the same coffee, do you try them all in one day? Or do you like split it like 10-10, you know?
We'll usually do them all in one day. Like we'll do all of like the bulk of them and then we can narrow it down. And then the next day we'll go, I forget how many we cut out honestly, but we'll do it in like 3 or 4 sets.
That's so crazy because when we did the tasting, you guys were like, you don't need to drink all the coffee when you're tasting it. But we did. And then after we were so buzzed.
Yeah. Yeah,
we
don't
were like,
drink any of it.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. Wow, 100. We tried 13 and I was like, this is a lot of coffee to try.
Yeah. Speaking of roasting coffee, do you want to go try some?
Yes.
Let's
Let's
do it.
go. So when we were deciding which coffees we wanted to do for like our reframe Bodhi leaf, we actually we came here the other day to just try the coffees that they had on the menu. And then Tim was here and he's like, do you guys want to actually try the coffees? So he invited us back for the next week. We showed up, there were 13 coffees all set up here. We got to do the whole cupping process for all of the 13 coffees. And we ended up picking 3 different of our favorites. The Ethiopia for the light roast. Medium roast was the Sumatra from Indonesia, where Patrick is from. I also ended up ordering some Old Town roast. It is the dark roast, but I'm partial to Old Town orange, so I felt like I needed to order some of that one. And these are what the bags look like. You know what's so wild is we ordered these, like we had the tasting. The next day we were able to pick up all the coffee. Like you guys are so fast.
We try.
We
try to be fast.
So wild, and the coffee is so fresh. I was like shocked. I was like, it's really like a swift process. So cool, I love these.
So the coffees are cool enough to taste now. So it's pretty simple. You just dip your spoon in and you slurp it. All those grounds are sitting at the bottom, so you don't want to go like too far down or like too aggressive or anything. You just skim right off the top. And then everyone slurps that like works in coffee, but you don't have to slurp if you don't want to.
Just try. It's like the professional way to do it. Okay, let's do this.
Each of these are just sets of the same coffee. So anytime we taste anything, we'll at least do 2 cups of each of the same coffee, same roast, just to make sure, A, like if there's a defect somewhere, then we can taste around it. And also B, if there's a bunch of people tasting, then we have more.
Okay.
So back to the guessing game.
Okay, now I'm like, maybe that's Ethiopia.
Do you want me to describe what they should be like?
Okay, tell me if this is correct. Indonesia, I think, has a little bit of tea flavoring. Like, it has like I know one of them, so this is how I describe it in my head. By the way, I don't have a good palate. I think everything tastes good most of the time. So, I'm not like a connoisseur of anything. Okay, let me try them actually. I feel like the Indonesia one tasted a lot different than the other ones.
Yeah.
From when we first tried it. Because when I first smelled it, I didn't like it the last time. And then I like actually tasted it and I was like, actually, it's kind of good. I really think this is Indonesia. And if it's not, it's like never trust me for anything to do with my taste buds ever again.
Indonesia, they're typically like earthier. They have like a little bit of earthiness. A lot of people will say like bell peppery, so like a little bit of almost vegetal notes. The Ethiopia, washed Ethiopians are typically like a little floral, tea-like, a lot of like citrus notes. Mexico is going to be the most like coffee flavored. Should just be like nutty, chocolatey.
Okay, then this is, I think, Ethiopia.
Okay.
Okay, I think this is Ethiopia. This is Mexico and this is Indo. That's my final guess.
Do y'all want to guess before?
Yeah. Everyone should guess.
The floral one and then the earthy one. I forgot. I mixed up the two. But
Okay, so you said Mexico, Ethiopia, Indo.
that's exactly what I thought too.
Okay.
Mexico, Ethiopia, and
Okay.
Okay. So her answers are Indo, Ethiopia, Mexico. First coffee is Mexico.
What?
Yikes.
Second coffee, Ethiopia. Something you're right.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
At
And
least,
then the last one is Sumatra.
at least I have one. Wait, did you guys get? Okay, you guys said
So they said
Mexico.
Indo, Ethiopia. Yeah, so there.
You guys should know though, this is my second coffee tasting, so I should have scored better. Thanks for having us, Tim. I seriously appreciate it.
Of course, yeah.
Where can people find you guys?
Yeah, so the lab is here at our Orange location on Catella, and this is, a private lab, but we do host public cuppings every now and then. So if you follow like our social media or get our newsletters, you'll see about those. Otherwise, we have cafes throughout Orange County, a couple in LA County.
Cool.
That's it.
Thank you.
Of course.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Brief intermission because there were more of these burlap bags that I like. One man's trash is another woman's treasure.